Oh my god, a video where he's not sitting at a desk? What the hell?
Hello, everybody. You're probably wondering, what are you going to be talking about?
Anime.
Unless you saw the title of this video that you clicked on, or the thumbnail, or anything like that. But I'm going to be talking about the anime that I've seen in January, February, and March. I want to do a video where I come out with, one video a month talking about the anime I've seen that month.
None.
Or anything about that. But before we go on, I do want to tell you guys that this is going to be a spoiler-free video. There's not going to be any spoilers unless it's like in the trailer of the anime. So you've been warned about that. I'm gonna kind of keep it as loose as I possibly can by talking about like certain points and comparing it to things, but I don't want to spoil it. Just because I don't know if that's kind of what I want to do. I do want to like spoil shows, but when it's in a video like this where you don't know what I'm going to be talking about,
Anime.
it's kind of hard to justify spoiling it. So I think if you guys want to hear me talk about more about these shows, let me know in the comments, and I'll do like a dedicated video just talking about what I liked about shows, what I didn't like, and actually explaining the characters and the story and the lore. But it's also a way so I don't have to look up a bunch of information. I could just shit out of my ass. Think of this as like a podcast video. Honestly, that's kind of what the fuck it is. But let's jump straight into the first show. Alright, so the first show that I kind of watched, it was in December. It was Astra Lost in Space, but since that was December, we will not talk about that at all, even though it is essentially Among Us, the anime. I mean, it's a great anime. We're actually going to start with Somali and the Forest Spirit. Somali and the Forest Spirit is, fucking beautiful. The animation is beautiful, the scenery is beautiful, everything about the anime is beautiful. It is a little angsty, and you will get your heart ripped out of your chest at some moments because you don't know what's going on. But it is a really good anime, and I really liked it. I binged it within like a week, I think. I liked the anime that much. A lot of anime I take months, or like a month or a couple weeks to go through. This one was in a week. 12 episodes in 1 week, and I have a job. That was kind of impressive. I know a lot of more people probably watch a lot more anime than I do, but for me to finish an anime like that quickly, it was fucking incredible. So I definitely recommend you guys watch it. It's a really good watch. It's like I said, really angsty. But you can definitely experience, the relationship between the characters, and you get to see more characters come in. Some weird, some pretty cool, but you guys should definitely go check it out. It's definitely worth the watch. The next anime I've seen is not much of an anime than it is an anime movie. A lot of people are probably going to say, like, you just watched this, excuse me? You just finally watched it? And yes, I'm talking about the illustrious Your Name. This anime was a roller coaster of a movie. Honestly, for the first half an hour, I didn't get what was going on, but slowly as it went in, I started understanding more and just understanding what the characters were going through. It is something that you should rewatch 2 times, if not 3 times. There's that much shit in there that you end up missing. I haven't rewatched it yet, but I really want to, and I could already tell, like, some things that I completely missed in the first watch just by rethinking it and being like, oh, that was a foreshadow event? That actually, like, showed and answered its own question before it even asked it? There were so many things in there, and the love between the characters and the relationships, it warmed my heart with seeing what happens. And at the same time, it has my heart on edge because characters are about to break up or do something, and it's just like, what's going on? It's definitely a trip, though. It's not your just normal, like, a character falls in love with a girl and that's that. It throws twists on it and kind of, like, messes around with the fates that are tied together, like the strings or something like that. It kind of messes with that, how fates collide, and there's a reason, and it's so cool. I don't want to spoil any more than that. It's definitely worth a watch if you guys want to watch it. It's on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it, but it was like 99 cents to rent. So be that as you may, but it is a damn good movie. Definitely go check it out. It was fucking fantastic. Where to even begin? Okay, so the next show that I watched, I only watched the first season of it, was Radiant. I got some opinions to say about this. I went into it kind of blind, knowing a little bit, because I ended up watching the first episode a while back. It was one like, oh, that's a cool concept, but hopefully they don't fuck it up. And in my opinion, they kind of fucked it up. Okay, so it's not anything wrong with the characters or really anything about the action scenes. It's about how they progress. The progression in this anime put me off, like hardcore. So essentially, think about it this way. With being as spoiler free as I possibly can, imagine a character in an anime. They come in and they throw it to you as a comedy, a drama comedy. It's like, okay, cool, drama comedy, let's go. So they do one episode of comedy, second episode of comedy, serious, serious, serious. Okay, now we got the plot. We want to get some we want to see what happens. We want to see the seriousness. Comedy, 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 serious. They split up. It's I wouldn't want to say that it has a bunch of filler, but at the same time, it really does. It focuses too hard on comedy. It doesn't mix them together. It feels like when the comedy's happening, you're not watching the drama anime. It's not a drama comedy. It is just a comedy at that point. But then the next episode, when you get back to the drama, the comedy's gone. It's back to a drama. It just flip-flops on what it wants to be constantly, and I don't think that really works for the anime. The characters are great, and the characters are funny. It reminds me of something like Fairy Tale, with the way the characters are written, and they have, their specific character traits, if you know what I mean, that are just very, very specific and niche, It is really cool with the plot that they go through, which is basically, like, fighting monsters, which you learn from the first episode, so don't get on to me that that's a spoiler, okay? I didn't tell you what kind of monsters they fight, but it's a really cool concept that just didn't hit the mark, in my opinion. But I do like how the English voice of the king is Prosy D. That's pretty cool. But honestly, if you guys like this kind of anime, you could go definitely watch it. I'm not shit-talking it in a bad way, saying it's not worth watching. It just was not my style of anime. But I did finish that first season, like I said, and I don't regret it. But at the same time, the next anime we're going to be talking about, honestly, I think is a lot better. Where to begin? This anime was the best slice of life I've seen in a long time. And I'm not much of a slice of life person, but I was in the mood of seeing something romantic and seeing characters fall in love and seeing, relationships build up, not in an angsty way, not in, what's going to happen kind of way, more of an, oh, there's an actual, like, harem that they're going through. Because, like, what I was saying before about Somali and the Forest Spirit, where everything was angsty and there was just like a bunch of like weird plot points and like action and stuff. This anime is not that. It's just actual slice of life. There's some drama elements of the characters, and the drama elements really make you attached to the characters. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I cried like 3 times during this show because there are so many good characters that you'll fall in love with. Like, I don't think I really hated any of the characters except one.
Blonde hair.
And I think you guys can see why I didn't like him. But other than that, all the other characters, like all the girls in the show were great. The main character I honestly could relate to in some way. Not because of, I have the same parent issues. But I just enjoyed the way he reacted to things and how he joked around about stuff. And things were very cute, and especially since I have a best girl. But I've only seen the first episode, or the first season of Clannad. I haven't seen Clannad After Story, which I've been told that Clannad is world building, and Clannad After Story is just when shit hits the fan. So I'm excited to see that, and I'm probably going to be seeing that in April, but I just haven't been able to get around to it because I really recently finished Clannad. But it was so good. If you guys like any kind of slice of life, if you're okay with crying, but more of a happy cry, some of them was a sad cry, but the characters are worth it to watch them develop and work through their different struggles in life. Definitely watch this anime. A lot of people that I've talked to have also seen it and say the same thing. So there's something this anime is doing right that I think needs to be seen. And I know I'm probably talking about all these crazy animes that everyone's just like, dude, I've already seen before. Like, you're talking about the most normie shit. Sorry? I just recently got into anime like 2 years ago, and I already have a shit ton of anime under my belt. At least I feel like. I'm not the number one anime YouTuber where I watched all these animes. I've watched millions of episodes. But I'm trying to eventually get there. So I hope you guys kind of liked listening to what I went through. With that, I think this video has been all over the fucking place, but it's honestly just about talking about the anime that I want to talk about. It's really like a video podcast in a way.
This could be a podcast.
But I hope you guys like this kind of style. I hope you guys like hearing me just talk nonsensically about anime without spoiling it. If you guys want me to talk about it spoilingly, just let me know, and I could definitely do a video where I go into depth and spoil these shows. I just feel like a lot of people haven't seen this kind of shit, and I don't want you guys to watch this and then be like, oh, there he goes, spoiling The Promised Neverland Season 2. Thanks, buddy. Look at him, spoiling Clannad. I was just about to watch that, but look at you. So if you guys want, I can do that and put the spoiler and shit like that all over the place, but just let me know, guys. Thank you. Peace.